We're clocked in. Hey, what's going on, party people? Now, if this is your first time here, welcome. It's definitely a pleasure to have you here. I go by the name of L'Esprit, and I am a spiritual healer. And technically, what I do as a spiritual healer is that I help people to become mentally and emotionally balanced. And ultimately, the goal is to help you to enhance your consciousness, to attain the complete, let's just say, figure of Christ, to become the Christ, Krishna, Buddha, to become the one. It goes by many names, but ultimately, it's a level. It's definitely a degree of enlightenment, a level that enlightenment, the high, the be the brightest, the shinest, complete conscious version, and that's pretty much what I do now. It's important for you to align yourself with yourself. So by you becoming mentally and emotionally balanced, technically what you're doing is you aligning yourself with yourself. There's no conflict between your emotions and your intellect. You know what I'm saying? Y'all became one. But for you to do that, first you have to understand how your emotions work. So the emotional aspect of it has to become balanced first. That doesn't have to be first. I mean, it has to be balanced because in addition to that, then you're also going to have to deal with your mental, which is your intellect, your thinking, your logic. You have to embrace those. I mean, only when you embrace both part of you, the emotional and your intellect, only then you become the perfect man, not flawless, but the holy man, the complete man, the yang and the yin. That's all that shit is. But anyway, to jump back real quick to, because I already told you, yeah, about your emotional part. Then now you have to deal with your intellect. Where your culture plays a big part. Society. And we'll be talking about mind control. Essentially, what that is, it's how you know how control. I mean, because it pretty much comes down to how you are being trained to think. That's what mind control is. They get you to see it. This is your reality. They give you a reality to live by. Yeah, psych, nigga. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those. So, then, like, that's why it's important for you to become mentally balanced because you have to understand. That's why I always tell people you also got to understand the science of ignorance, meaning when someone is toxic, right? They don't know that they're toxic. It's only when you grow, then you could see your toxic ways, then you can even, for you to even talk about it. Do you see what I'm saying? That's why you'll see, like I always tell people, a lot of us have story to tell. And if you don't have any story to tell, that's because you haven't been doing anything. Those are your shy bitches. What? You're too perfect, motherfucker. Get out. But I'm saying all of that to say it's really to understand how your mind works. So you have to understand how your mind is being shaped. Only then you could identify mind control, meaning the way they're trying to get you to think. That's when you become your creator. Now you're creating your reality. But it's a whole process pretty much. And the term conscious is to be more aware. So you gotta be aware of more and more of yourself. I'll give you a perfect example. If you know you have a conscious mind and you have a subconscious mind, now you have more things. You understand more about yourself. Whereas before, let's just say you just think you're intelligent and then there's nothing else to you. That's that growth. And pretty much that's what spirituality is all about too. Now, I normally talk about, spirituality, not to jump ahead of myself here to wait. Not okay. So, technically, when we talk about spirituality, like I always tell people, it's the life that you live in. It's your humanity because your growth that's where it's going to take place. Or even if it's not there, you have to have a relationship with your unconscious mind so you could bring it into your reality. However you like to look at it, it has to be materialized. Meaning, that's why I always tell people, you know what I'm saying? The purpose of you having a lot of knowledge, you got to become wise. Now, that's the quality of it. Now you're living those words. Now, the words now at that point it's been made flesh. You have materialized the divinity down here, man. Like technically, when you walk on certain path, man, people should see the light. You know what I'm saying? mm, people should definitely see the light, man. That's the whole thing behind the saints with the hollow. Like when they come around, other people, oh my God, said Paul, said George. You know what I'm saying? And Saint Patrick. Feel me? And to you, Saint Patrick. So that's why, spirituality is for the living. But anyway, now if you're coming back, you already know it's nothing but love. You know what I'm saying? As you can see, we're already breaking bread. So let's delve right into it, guys. Well, I guess I'll talk about spirituality in just a little bit, but I just wanted to introduce the topic of what we're going to be talking about tonight. Because about a day ago, I had a recording where I was talking about, you got to meet your shadow self. Tonight, I sort of like I do want to talk about, yes, you're going to meet your shadow self, but you have to be able to spot it too. And that's why the ego plays a big part, and you have to understand what the ego is. But anyway, going back real quick, spirituality is obviously what I talk about here. And I always like you to know what spirituality is because it's the very first thing that I'm talking about here. Good or bad, politics, whatever the fuck. Now there's different levels of understanding, in other words, different levels of consciousness, that you seeing around you. Then now us as let's just say light workers or spiritual healers, we're helping you to remember, to reconnect again with your true self, which is the spirit that you are. That's why in most cases, when people look at spirituality, they always see a disconnect, which makes sense because you're lost. But most importantly, you wouldn't know, how to look for that part in you because you've been identified with the external. That's when you become a people pleaser. Well, society is building you that way. That's why essentially what people do. we live our life based on who we should be, but not based on who you are. You know what I'm saying? That's when you got to put on the mask. You love music, but or you have the options of becoming a doctor. What are you going to do? Two separate paths. When you're going in, you follow the music, and you never know. Or it takes you to places you can't even imagine. But that's the journey. That's part of that self-realization. You'll see anybody who chose that path, man, I'm sticking to it. I'm giving it my all. I'm doing all of that. That's what that is. That's that connection. That's you going within, worshiping the true God. Because when you're doing that, you become more sensitive to life. And again, the more you love yourself, only then can you love somebody else. So to get back to when I mentioned culture, like our culture is based on pain and suffering. People don't talk about love. Love is weak, man. Damn. Does that sound a little bit? Does that has any sound to you? Does it tell you nothing? Yeah, not. It's all good. Yeah. Shit. I mean, I don't know. I was like, oh no. Well, I'm very particular too. Listen, I'll take it all. I think I fit it all. You know what I'm saying? At least on that, you know, on that light. So it's truly, when we're talking about spirituality, then you understand the other aspect of you, meaning a deeper aspect of you. That's when we understand we are more than what we appear to be. And then you understand the world that you're living in. That's why the Indians call it Maya. It's a world of illusion, meaning it's not what it appears to be. But there's something, but it's not what you think it is. That's why your light, your intuition, you know what I'm saying? The whole thing about moving by faith. That's why you need it. You gotta have it. There's no other way. Unless if you're falling into the illusion. So I'm also showing you the path, what I'm saying, within and when you're going out are two it's two separate worlds, man. That's why you'll see a lot of broken people. They cannot open up. And because that they can't, then a whole life is being created. That's how a lot of our cultures are being, what I'm saying, are giving birth, man. That's what the culture's giving birth to. Now, that's what the kids are learning from. You're in a culture where, like, it's the battle between the sexes, man. It's a lot of men, bam, bam. You know what I'm saying? It's war. These niggas are going at war. So I'm looking at the war on the sexes. That's what it is. Every podcast, whatever the fuck. None of them talk about like shit. Pussy need dicks and dick need pussy. Why not promoting us coming together? Do you see what I'm saying? But that would have to come with a level of consciousness too. I'm pretty sure they think that they are speaking for the community, of course. That's why I would say everybody's doing God's work. But it's, there's levels to it. And us spiritual healers, man, we're here to raise the bar, helping you to get deeper. You gotta go a little further, baby. Let's keep going a little further. Let's keep going. Keep going, baby. Listen, trust me. Shit. What do you think? I ain't stopping for shit, nigga. So we're truly talking about, level of consciousness. So now again, to link this back to spirituality, spirituality is everything. Then when you get to understand the true gist of mythology, because mythology is powerful, man. That's how society is built. You'll see whatever like that creation tale is of any culture, it's gonna shape that culture based on that. That's the true power of mythology. That's why we created these gods so we could shape your life, man. That's why Ogu represent an aspect of you. Lake Bow represent an aspect. Come on, niggas. Come on, baby. Said now that's true mind control, nigga. That's where you need to go. I'm saying, I'm showing you the door. That's where you need to be, man. You need to go to Zion, nigga. That's where you need to be. I can only show you the door, nigga. You gotta walk. Come on now. Everybody gotta put in their own work out here, baby. That's how it is. What was that movie, man? Training Day. When the guy throw the gun, like, hey man, now man, everybody gotta put in their own work out here, man. That's how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no passes, motherfucker. Listen, man, you can't ride on nobody. You ride on anybody, you fall automatically. That's why when you don't know who you are, I mean, you don't have it. You know what I'm saying? You fall for anything because knowing who you are would help you to stand for something. Like I refuse not to look at myself other than the fucking spirit. So much so, I call myself l'esprit. Cause no way. I fucking embody that shit. You ain't going nowhere, nigga. I found you. That's my treasure. Know the truth, man. I see me. I found me, man. We're good. Can't you tell? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's that level of consciousness that you need to embody. Then now you're becoming a godlike in everything that you do, your language, everything, anything you're saying. Because now you're vibrating on that. Just like it's always like for me, that's why I love Jesus. I'm gonna tell you why I love Jesus, man. This nigga would always say some shit. It's like, bam. He knew how to talk to your soul, man. He was a sweet talker. And as you can see, I picked up a lot of that game. You feel me? As a speaker, man, you gotta be nice with it. You know what I'm saying? And those niggas were speakers. They were artists, man. Jesus been doing a lot of stand-ups, nigga. Jesus was doing nothing but stand-ups, nigga. That's why I say I know Jesus is a stand-up nigga. Nigga, that's how I know Jesus is a stand-up nigga. Like even with the whole shit, everybody was, like they were supposed to stone her. But nigga said, all right, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Checkmate. You know what I'm saying? Whichever one of you, you cast the first stone. You hear me? That type of logic comes with a state of mind. That's why for me, I appreciate the talk. It comes with, there's a certain way. That's why us niggas, we speak a certain way because we are material. We're pretty much materializing our world. That's why any language that was ever given to any nigga, we changed that shit. You know what I'm saying? Niggas over here, they have Ebonics. Them Jamaicans got the patois, whatever the fuck. Us Haitian niggas, man, we come up with our Creole shit. And any nigga in any other fucking island, whatever the fuck, they flip the thing because we made it fit to us. We adjusted it. You used to look at that shit from the wrong perspective, nigga. It ain't like you can't speak like these niggas. You could speak like these niggas better. That's why even there was a French African nigga. Can't recall that nigga name, but yeah, I learned from this. Yeah, anyway, um, nah, man, that's your world, man. You know what I'm saying that's why I'm saying Michael Jackson telling you who's bad. That's a nigga shit. Every nigga talks that way, man. You know what I'm saying? Us Haitian niggas, yo, we slanging like a motherfucker. Everything we do is slang, nigga. Everything. There must be something wrong with us. Even a nigga greeting another nigga. Nigga said, "Ma boule, man." Simply means I'm radiating. You know what I'm saying? We're letting you know the presence is here, man. You know what I'm saying? That's where that little bit of hype comes in too. Feel me? But I'm saying all that to say, the way we acknowledge, it's a representation of our world. That's why you could see the connection. Even if you don't see the connection, when you listen, let's just say to South hip hop, right? You know it's nigga shit. When you listen to up north niggas, you know it's nigga shit. Meaning they still sound a little bit different. I mean, not a little bit, very much different. Then now we have St. Louis and all that shit, but you still know it's niggas, man. That's what he said, baby. Calm down. Yeah, it's niggas, man. It's niggas. So what I'm truly saying about that that part of us is also reflected in our language. It's not just that aspect of us, it's reflected in everything we do. That's why we dress a certain way, we speak a certain way. That's why I always encourage niggas to talk your shit, talk your slang, be your best. Because at that point, you'll be able to think better. You know what I'm saying? That's why Dr. Lila Africa was trying to get a lot of niggas to just, what I'm saying, get in your African mind or just see things differently. Change your relationship with food, nigga. You fucking that shit up, or there's what I'm saying? There's a level that comes with that. It's also a level of consciousness too, man. You understand your relationship between, you understand the different energies you are interacting with all of them. That's why even if you were to even sacrifice an animal, you still address the animal's spirit, and you'll thank it. You know what I'm saying? Because now it did because of that animal. Now here you are. So he gave his life for you, and you acknowledging that. So we're talking about exchanging. You acknowledging the energy, how it flows. You in touch. That's a different level of consciousness. That's why your reality, you don't really look at this world like the way these niggas look at this world. That's why you understand your fucking ancestors. That's why in Haiti they tell you that shit. 99.9 niggas are fucking Catholic. but 100% niggas are fucking voodoo, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I could generalize this shit. Every nigga's voodoo, nigga, if you know what voodoo is. Or every nigga's a nigga. You know what I'm saying? You have your grandmother that has some, you know what I'm saying, some medicine shit. Like there's been some shit with you, man. There's always been some shit. You always been a little bit different. It ain't strange. I'm trying to get you to acknowledge it and embrace that shit too. Fuck out. The fuck? Well, or that's where you get lost. And then, now you're making the news. I'm saying, I'm trying to get you not to make the news, but if you're gonna make the news, make sure you look good. You know what I'm saying? And even that, we're not talking about because we care about appearances here, but just for the hell of beauty. Why making a fool out of yourself? I don't know. You tell me. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, man, I'm not gonna make a fool out of myself. You know what I'm saying? Not even with myself. I'm not even fooling myself. Nigga, I'm not even fooling myself. The fuck? What are we doing? I'm definitely on the same team with this nigga. So again, spirituality is nothing but your regular life. Then now you have the occult that now, help you to dig a little deeper, help you to understand, for instance, and those are just the lamest terms. You understand your conscious mind, you understand your subconscious mind. You have the power, you could do the power of manifestation. So, what does that say about you? Now, this is the extent that nobody never went to, but that should have been where, what I'm saying, if I could have, so what does that say about me? Well, I'll get to know you. Another way of saying that, they would tell you to seek the kingdom of God and everything else will be given. Don't fool yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why another way of saying that too, this knowledge, that's why this is for the devoted ones. Like I am a devoted one. Well, I mean, I could simply, yeah, constantly, it's to me knowing that essence of me, and I replicate that in my world. In other words, I maintain my my identity, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why you can never steal this. You can never steal this identity, nigga. If you do, well, first of all, you know what I'm saying, you got to pay the dues. Everything comes through the dues. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay your dues. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when you're gonna realize you can't. This identity is not. It's not yours. Say sick for yours, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Get yours, man. Everybody got to put their own work out here, man. Everybody. Got to pull your own weight, baby. So now, to get back to the shadow in my last recording, I strongly recommend that too because I felt like, I was talking a lot about the shadow and shit like that. But technically, what I was talking about is that, to be born again as you're becoming more conscious of who you are, as you're doing what is called the shadow work, now you are reconnecting with yourself. Now you facing the shadow. It's like whereas in the past you were pushing your shadow away. The more you were pushing the shadow away, well, the more trouble you were having in your life. It was somehow still expressing itself through, let's just say, a trigger. And when that shit's taking place, you don't know what the fuck's happening. It is what it is. I got you. I got you. You right. You ride or die out here. You a soldier. You a no limit soldier out here. Be careful. Be careful out here, baby. Come on, man. You gotta be careful, man. Mm-mm. Saying you gotta look left before you cross the street, man. You gotta look both right and left. Then you cross the street. That's that's where I came from. I'm saying that's this type of knowledge like the elders used to pass down to us. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? That they were guiding your steps, showing you the way. You feel me? Come on, man. I love it. I love all of it. Please remember. Connect again, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm for. Listen, I am an ambassador of that all day, every day, man. Hey, listen, man. We gotta do what we gotta do, right? It's my job, baby. Okay with it? You feel me? I'm okay with it, and the more it's like, and I'm seeing how much needed that is too. This type of intelligence. I mean, that knowledge. It's mind blowing. It's growth. It's golden. It's life. It's you reconnecting yourself. It's you finding your treasure. It's you seeing beauty in everything you do. Ah, come on, man. You don't get me started. Don't do that to me, motherfucker. Just to name a few. You feel me? Come on. It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful, beautiful. And then life has a different meaning for you too, because now you're experiencing this reality in a different reality. You're transcending it. You have transcended. That's the idea behind being in this world, but not of this world. Oh, there's levels to this. That's when you know. Listen, man, it's here. Can you feel it? Can you dig it? You know what I'm saying? Of course, that's the energy, the wisdom. That. You know what I'm saying? That you know, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Make sure we're putting all the dots. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Shit. Now, anyway, to get back to, the shadow self, and also it's kind of hard to talk about the shadow without addressing the ego. Because the ego and the shadow almost go hand in hand, man. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I talk about the ego, but let's do it. Let's do it. Fuck that. I'm already here. You know me? So the ego, I guess, just like your shadow too. Even when you're being triggered, right? It's a part. It's a protective mechanism in you. Now, the intention behind that is not to hurt you, obviously. See, that's when you do your shadow work now, you know what I'm saying, you do that, you transmute that, oh my God, that's another, like, that's a sacred moment. I hope you get to experience that. That's when you heal the wounded child. It puts you on a whole different level now. Now you're no longer as protective as you were. I mean, you still get it. You got hurt. There's nothing wrong. Okay. But now you're a lot more open, and open in a way that that where you're not afraid. You understand anything that happens, man, is to get you better. You open up. That's why I always tell people you have to learn how to love with a broken heart. That's the key. A kid who didn't keep getting up wouldn't be walking right. In other words, keep failing. Again, that's why I always tell people you got to embrace both sides, man. That's why a true light worker is also, you have to understand the signs of ignorance too, which I also talk about too. You know what I'm saying? Because now you got to understand. Let's go in for a second. You know what I'm saying? Mm, let's go in for a second, right? That's when understanding the science of self, and again, the self, which you have to embrace all aspect of you. And as you identify, and that's why, and also, oh man, there's so much to talk about. But anyway, let's just, get back to the subject at hand, right? So we're talking about, now that you stepping into a new world, before you get to your true self, you're gonna have to meet your shadow, and that's what doing the shadow work is about. Now, you have to identify as you're meeting the shadow, the shadow self too, and that's what I want to talk about because that's important. Because the shadow's been scattered, it expresses itself in many different ways. Your shadow self can express itself to being triggered, right? To maybe you not being able to breathe, or you saying certain shit, or you reacting a certain way. It also could project itself too. I see that shit all the time. Niggas be telling other motherfuckers who they are. Like a nigga would talk to me and I'm just saying, "Yo, man, you so fucked up." They talking about me. They're just projecting everything about them. That's why we just see it. Doesn't work. It's not gonna work. It'll never work. Different strokes for different folks, man. Know where you are, stranger. You know where you are, stranger. I know where you are, man. But anyway, so now, being able to identify, that's when you have to identify when you healing the wounded child, what you're doing is you are open up to your vulnerability, your lack of intimacy, then you're going to have to embrace that as well. Because your shadow is hiding in all of these different things. Those things that were suppressed, now you're going to have to go back and get all of them. Your lack of intimacy, being afraid to be vulnerable, all of that shit. But now you have to identify where there are, now these are the some of the main places that you're going to start to look for your shadow. Even for you to have that conversation, you got to spot them first. What you're truly doing is you are identifying what's taking place. You're becoming more conscious another way of saying that as well. And as you're doing so, that's how your vibration is elevating as well. You come in the Christ figure, man. Your aura's changing. You know what I'm saying? This is the St. Patrick nigga. Yeah, nigga, we gonna drink together, bitch. Mm, my nigga. So again, these are your day to day life. That's why it's important for us to understand our culture. Like I was talking about, we're living in a culture that is based out of pain. That's why people talk about love. You know what I'm saying? What you got is greed. Yeah, man, it's the belly of the beast, baby. It's the belly of the beast, man. You know what I'm saying? Not even, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's complete destruction. It's complete war. Not even, between men and women. Yeah. Not even between that. Like, these niggas are at it. You know what I'm saying? They're not at peace at all. You guys got a whole lot going on out here. Yes, I see it. I tell you to slow down, my friend. Slow down. Slow down, my friend. Slow down, man. Okay? Slow down, baby. Just I gotta slow it down. But you're really speeding up too, though. Different strokes for different folks. It could be said in so many different ways. Is that the parallel universe? I don't know. Depends on how you're looking at it. But anyway, and that's, essentially I'm trying to get you to the heart of the shadow, but also to like, well, I mean, ultimately it is the shadow, but how it is scattered in so many different aspects of you. And those would be the most intimate thing in you. That's why you gotta really literally go in it. If you were raped, whatever the fuck your situation is, you are acknowledging, forgiving yourself. Now you're able to think about it without being mad. Like all of these things that these are that's the work. It's the work. This is you making yourself better, changing your perspective, becoming a lot more open. Because the more close that we are, listen, I mean, that's why when you not being yourself, there's no way you can love somebody else. Because now not being yourself, you're going by a certain image. And that's why everybody's wearing a mask. Now your girlfriend is gonna have that image. And then you have two images that gets married. You know what I'm saying? But lucky for these motherfuckers, you don't have to love each other to be married anyway. So it's not a problem. You know what I'm saying? That's not a problem. That's why anybody can get fucking married. It's not a problem at all. You know what I'm saying? Now the only difference is the contract, depending on how it was signed, that's what's gonna fuck you up. Or build you up. Whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, you see it how it fucking fit. But it could go anywhere. It goes everywhere too. You know? You feel me? Yeah, it's that way. All the way that way. So now then you understand, even on that aspect, that's why you have psychology now. It's telling you, essentially, it's telling you, you know what, there's another aspect of you. You're a little more complex. You have your feelings, you want to talk about it, and then by you talking about it allows you to open up. You're not closed off. Now you open up. Okay. And then, that's what the work is about. That's why you got to love how to love with a broken heart. Don't close it up, baby. It's meant to give you strength. That's when now the mugs tells you, you know, there's a certain way they say it, but they talk about pain and suffering. Suffering is optional. But pain, you want pain in your life. Just like when you go to the gym, you want to lift the heaviest you want to lift. That's how your body's you're gonna build muscle. Well, we need pain for us to learn. There's conflict, and then it sparks something in you. That's why conflict too. It's a beautiful thing. That's why we need a good opposition. That's the yin and the yang. Like you need both. You got to become both too. That's the harmony. That's your visible self and your invisible self. You know what I'm saying? That's you aligning your emotions and your intellect. That's the idea of mind, body, and soul. I'm here to do realignment. We're doing realignments here. And that's what Dr. Africa was saying, Lila Africa, trying to get you to think in your African mind, man. I get it. Yes, sir. I get it now, sir. I'm saying, I get it now. You know what I'm saying? It's the narrative. You need that narrative, man. Be careful how you telling the story, man. That's what's gonna make a difference. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna spice it up. We're Haitian niggas anyway, you know what I'm saying? All we do is storytellers. We storytelling niggas. Nigga, you better ask somebody. Yeah, we nice with the words, man. Hmm. No, man. So, you know, those are the aspect of yourself that you would have to open up to become vulnerable to your pain, to address it and yet to let it go, not trying to blame yourself, but you acknowledge that. And that acknowledgement, that's how you start to change that emotion. Because now it's no longer, that's why you have to romance with your shadow. You got to dance with your ego. You have to embrace all yourself. You know what I'm saying? There's no fight clubs on this side. You need to embrace all yourself. Now that's how you become healed. Again, if we're going back to originally what I was talking about, you become the holy man, the man, the happy man. You got a beautiful smile on your face. Why not, man? Why you got to be so mad all the time? You're so mad, handsome. You see beauty in yourself? Huh? Is that why you're mad? You look ugly, don't you? Okay, I get it. But if you see beauty in you, come on, man. Huh? Come on, fuck Tyrone, nigga. They'll clone Tyrone all they want. We happy over here. We don't worry about Tyrone. I hope that nigga's okay. Whatever the fuck happened to him, you know? So again, what we're truly talking about here, and that's essentially what shadow work really entails. It's because a lot of us, like when I was talking about the shadow, since you are not in alignment or not even trying to connect with yourself, or you're not even trying to go within, that's why you deny your emotions or you justify them a certain way. You know what I'm saying? You just dress it up. I mean, that's what fake is. You can't truly express how you feel. All of that out of that pain that is not being acknowledged or you're suppressing. and those are in the future. Those are those are your vampires. Those are the ones in life now who will become very bitter, jealous of other people, killing other people because they have a either they don't have a healthy relationship with their dark side. Because us, true light worker, we have a healthy relationship with your darkness. That's why a light worker, however you like to call us, you gotta walk both sides, baby. A night and a day walker. You know what I'm saying? Those are the pure bloods. Those are the blood that those energy vampires want to suck on. You gotta know the game. They want to sacrifice you because they know what your energy comes with. It's love, it's protection. You feel me? No more ride, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like we have power over life, we give life and death. I mean, those who understand, man. I give life or death. I give both. You know what I'm saying? I give you the kiss of joy and the kiss of death, baby. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man. Yeah. Anyway, so now essentially, you have to identify, not just by meeting the shadow. Yes, I already talked about that. That's the path you got to go through before you get to your true self. But now to identify those different sources, how the shadow lingers, pretty much, because it's like the shadow's telling you, "Fuck you, nigga. I was open, and now just because you want to work it out, you think you're just gonna make me jump." You know what I'm saying? Nah, bitch. Now it's my turn, motherfucker. And that's when you're gonna get to work the shit out with the nigga. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man. It was what it was, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do something new today. What we doing? You know what I'm saying? What we doing? Besides, we both learned from it. You know what I'm saying? We both got our scars. We got our stripes out of it. What are we doing? That's the conversation that you're gonna have to have. It could take form. I mean, it could take different form, but essentially, those are the things you will need to address in order for you now to have excuse me, your shadow self in alignment with you. Then again, I'm not sure if I even need to talk about the ego, man, but you guys could check out the ego, because, there's nothing about you that's against you. You see what I'm saying? Even, let's just say someone who's drowning, their body's fighting for life naturally. Like you have a defense mechanism that's not against you at all. Now, when you understand how to use it properly, that's why your ego is not your enemy. When you understand your ego goes as far as you go, it's the knowledge that you have. The monks, the spiritual masters, still have an ego. But what changes about them, you would say they humble, but that humbleness comes with a state of understanding. They're not just humble, just the humble. That's where the wisdom comes in. They have wisdom. They became that knowledge. They became the growth. That's how you forgive. That's how you let go. That's how the Buddhist talks a lot about not non attachment. That's what that shit is. It's not to show love or not to be attached. Like I'm gonna give half of me. No, 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 no. That shit got nothing to do with that. It's for you to be 100% of you. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna love, nigga, love. You know what I'm saying? Just, do it smarter. That's all. And that's what we all had to learn. But those messages was not meant for you not to love. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's like how you see a lot of people because they had, negative experiences, then they just decided not to love. And that's failure. That's failure. That's a kid who l- was learning who was crawling and decided not to get up anymore. Those are weak. Those are your energy vampires. My message is not for them, baby. You can't stop because a baby keep getting up. That's how today we walking. Again, it comes down to knowing how to love with a broken heart. Those are the paradoxical themes or energies that we have to embrace. The Kabbalion talks about that. But again, when you embracing your shadow self, it entails all of that. By you having a better understanding of self, now you have a better ego. It's not that your ego's now you have a better ego, nigga. Your ego is a lot better, a lot stronger. It defends you in better ways and smarter ways now. Because now that you become smarter, your ego is gonna get as smart as you are, motherfucker. I got a very smart ego that protects me very well, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? My ego's so well protected and so mean with it, doesn't allow me to slack at all. Now, I love my ego, nigga. There's different levels to it. So again, you know, um, to identify a shadow self, I'm gonna leave it there. It's really you doing the shadows, those different aspects of the shadow self, but it's to collect those different pieces of yourself because that was broken. Now you're reconnecting all of them. Because here's what you guys need to understand. This is the main difference between, let's just say, a light worker versus someone like our pain. We know how to transmute the pain. It's not that it's not painful. We know how to transmute it. So therefore it's not painful. But if you don't know how to transmute your pain, that's what now it turns into suffering. Now you're suffering. And that's what the monks call that part is optional. That's because you didn't let go. Meaning you attached to some shit. You attached to fucking ignorance. You're not growing. Or you got to get into their state of mind. You know what I'm saying? You're not growing. You didn't let go. So the whole foundation of even the Buddha, whatever the fuck, is non-attachment. Like, yeah, of course, man. Hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or I could say I'm so attached, I'm fucking detached. I mean, it's not really detaching, but you flowing. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like, all right. All right, all right, all right, all right. You know what I mean? It's all that. But again, the beauty of it, it's get to understand this different state of mind. different realities that you're living while you are in this reality out of your consciousness is just priceless. And, depending on how you're looking at that experience in itself, would reveal how much you know of you. But most importantly, how, I mean, how good is your sight too? Because we deciphering shit, and that's what we're doing here. You know what I'm saying? But it has a lot to do with your vision. You know what I'm saying? But you got to go inner. And shadow self, is a big plays a big part in that transformation. Because as you're transmuting those early hurts, early emotions, then you are turning them into a positive emotion. Then you're becoming more enlightened, more open, more love, more of yourself. In other words, you're becoming more receptive to the cosmic intelligence. That's why you open up your third eye. The objective of that is to get you to be this open. Then you could attain those level of consciousness. Then you have a revelation, as the old folks used to say. Now we're in the computer age. We call it download. So understand, like that's why when you like for me being a medium, if you like to call it that way, a psychic, intuitive psychic, and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's the energy I'm able to tap in. You know what I'm saying? I could see too in other like even the a lot of total readers or tarot readers. I could feel their energy. I understand what they're doing. It's like I feel like they're doing the same thing that I'm doing, but they do it through divination, through cards. I do it through energy. That's all I could say. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I see you, bitch. You know what I'm saying? That was a quickie. Wow. Quickie, you know what I'm saying? Uh, and all of that has to do with you embracing your shadow self, because a lot of your psychic abilities or your energies you will be able to expand. That's why people are telling you about your chakras now. Certain parts of your body to have the will open, whatever the fuck, to be receptive. The idea of doing all of that shit is to have a higher state of consciousness, to become the Christ consciousness. And that's how you bypass the material. There's no separation. There's no fucking war. You embrace the shit. You to be free of matter. It's to know that matter don't matter. It's to go through matter. DMX had the shit I really like. He had the freestyle I was listening to. He said some shit about God, like it's like you go through the shit, you don't know what's gonna happen. Then when you go through it, and then you're like, what the fuck happened? You know what I'm saying? Like as you're moving through faith, man, they telling you go left, like, and then you go back, you're like, shit, man. That's why niggas say, yo, God changed my life. I get it. I understand what you mean, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know, I get the science behind it. Then you may also have your guides too that could be throwing you those gems. That's how they're able to guide you. That's when you're getting intuitive messages, or you can communicate with spirit. Oh, that's all part of the game. You know what I'm saying? But for now, find your beauty. Do the shadow work. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know, you gotta learn, you gotta embrace how to crawl first, baby. You know what I'm saying? So that, oh, come on, you already know the conversation. There's a lot more to talk about. You gotta go the distance. Or we're going the distance. You feel me? Or we're gonna live it here. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing but a pleasure, guys. Aisha, Mali.